I am Ben.
I am Chad.
And we are two attractive men.
And we know. Ben, today we are talking about, I believe it's called a Minecraft movie, but it's the
A
Minecraft movie.
Minecraft
Everyone
movie.
knows it's been coming. But
Cinematic masterpiece.
before we do, I have a very important question I need to ask you, Ben.
Yes.
This is just an interesting piece of trivia that has gotten some discussion of late.
So vid.
So this is the question. Are you ready to test your knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of the popular porn company that became the name of the Miami Heat arena?
Bangkok.
Ben, that is incorrect. The correct answer was Bang Bros. Now, any man who knew that, anyone would be lucky to have him, and that would be just an amazing partner to have. Perfect in every way, and should be
I have
heralded
to
as.
agree.
I mean, I'm just saying, knowing that piece of information, what might win you money someday, and that's something you should be appreciative of
God
if you're a
damn it.
fucking
All
woman.
right, Chet.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Cut it. And then on the.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna cut. All right, that discussion is not for YouTube. Um,
Hell no.
right. The Minecraft movie. Funny story. The movie theater that I work at had a midnight showing for the Minecraft movie on Wednesday, and I went to bed at 9:06 with the intention of waking up at 10:50 to go to the showing, and I slept right through it. I completely slept right through it, and I woke up like 12:07. I was like, it's too late to go. I ended up seeing it the next day because we were gonna do this, but I was supposed to see it at midnight, and then I left. Apparently, the manager was only there because he figured I would be there because I'm a huge movie guy, so I go to all the screenings, and he was just there watching Minecraft by himself. Like Chad didn't show up. What the fuck? Sorry. Well, I actually have the feeling that we're about to get into a pretty big fight about this, but you can go first if you want to.
Look, it's not a good movie. Let's just be like we know it's not a good movie. You know, we're getting into the bads first. That's what we always do. You guys know. It's not a good movie, you know? Some storylines were rushed. Some of the acting was not good. They tried to have emotional scenes. That's not what you do, you know? But they let Jack Black be Jack Black. And any movie that has Jack Black in it, you let him be Jack Black, and it's going to be a good movie. If I could describe this movie, or if I could relate this movie to two movies, the two movies would be Super Mario Bros. That would be one, and Jumanji. That would be the other. Both movies where Jack Black is in it. Obviously, I think both of those movies are better than the Minecraft movie as a movie. Obviously, all right. Slow your roll there, bud.
Oh my god, I was
But
about to just
I
podcast was
know.
about to
But
change.
in terms of Jumanji, relating to Jumanji, like, I mean, you're in the real world and you walk into a gaming world. I mean, like, you know, and then there's different things that happen in the world, and
Sure, yeah.
try not to die in the world. There's stuff you're trying to save, the gaming world, stuff like that. That's what I relate to.
And Super Mario Bros. Because of all
And
the Easter eggs.
I mean, all the Easter eggs, kind of, you know, a popular game, and you're making it into a movie. There's just, you could have like so many Easter eggs and still not have enough. Me and Haley were actually talking. I wouldn't mind if this is a trilogy because there's so much that they could add to this movie that they didn't, you know? Ender Dragon, water zombies, the entire underwater area, the different biomes. There's no polar bears, there's no desert. We didn't see a mushroom cow. So there's so many things that they could add. I wouldn't mind if they did that just for a cash grab as long as they keep Jason Momoa and Jack Black. Jason Momoa and Jack Black is the duo that no one asked for and no one wanted, but some people needed. And I am all for Jason Momoa doing more comedy movies because he's actually pretty
He is
hilarious. I'm
really
not going to
funny.
lie.
He's a funny guy. Give it here. 1989, whatever. Barely think about it.
But if I had to rate this movie, I mean, I think it was perfectly rated. I think IMDb had like a 5 out of 10. I think it was kind of perfectly rated. Not a good movie, but You see this movie with your friends, you make fun of this movie, and you have a good time. That's kind of what it is. I just
Yeah.
wish that if they were to make a second or a third movie, you need to fully know what movie you're making. Sometimes they didn't fully know what movie they were making. You don't really need a story in a Minecraft movie, like an emotional part in the story. To me, it's like, it's supposed to be funny, and they tried to be like, oh, yeah, our mom died and I'm trying to save him. Bitch, you're in Minecraft. Like, what? He's with Steve and Jason Momoa. He's fine. Like, there's parts where they're like, I'm just really worried about him as they're just like beating the shit out of the same zombie.
Then
I'm
there's
like,
the monsters that like present no credible threat to anybody.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, we don't need this right now. So there was no like heartstring moments, even though the movie tried to put some heartstring moments. But yeah, it is. If they make another movie, which I hope they do, because I would love to see you just have a good time and make fun of the movie, I would like them to just kind of say, look, we're going to be a stupid comedy movie that's nostalgic for everybody who has played Minecraft for the past 15 years. So 5 out of 10, not a good movie, but a great time. That's what I would describe.
Yeah, and if you see this movie, you should see it with people. I saw it by myself, and that might contribute to part of why I was like, "Oh my, I like watching this movie." Like I frankly, and what you don't do in theaters, you're not supposed to. In my phone, I just pulled out my fucking phone and I started texting people like, "This movie's garbage." The movie is completely carried by the star power of Jack Black and Jason Momoa. Daniel Brooke has a lot of star power too, but she is playing a much less flamboyant and like big personality of a character. She's much more like, you guys are fucking morons. I know someone didn't like. I've seen people say they didn't like Jack Black's more so overcooked it. That wasn't my experience. I thought he had a lot of the best stuff in the movie, and but admittedly, I'm a sucker for any kind of montage where like a silly song starts playing and then silly shit starts happening. So those are the best parts of the movie. The best joke in the movie for me was when fucking Jason Momoa pretends to be that kid's uncle and pulls up to Jennifer Coolidge and she's like, "Well, I mean, I jump on you anytime." He goes, "Whoever divorced you's a moron," and drives off. Which I thought that was actually kind of an awesome joke. But none of the
I,
humor
I
really
wanted,
land.
I wanted Jennifer Coolidge to be in the movie more. You know, I liked, yeah.
I like her. I saw her a couple years ago, Shotgun Wedding. I thought that was decently good. Um, I wasn't like super on board with any of the brand of humor. I didn't think it was particularly funny. As much as I enjoyed seeing the character, seeing Jason Momoa, it's always good to see him. It's always good to see Jack Black. I think the form of people from the real world going to the Minecraft world, like what they did with Super Mario, I think that's the wrong way to do a Minecraft movie. I would do it much more in the vein of, I don't know if you've played these games, but a long time ago, I played the Minecraft story mode
I was
games.
thinking that's what me and Haley were talking. Story mode would have been a better use for Minecraft movie, and just have
That's
Jack
how
Black
I would
voice.
have,
Yeah,
yeah, the guy who played by Patton Oswalt. Not that you necessarily have to do exactly the same story. You could theoretically. That would be a weird choice. But I mean, listen, there's The Last of Us is a very successful TV show that people are loving. Until Dawn is getting a movie later this year, so you could do that. But I don't need it to be the exact same, and I prefer if it didn't actually. But what I would want is just like a story that's in Minecraft that has characters in Minecraft, and then Minecraft kind of things are going on in that story. And you still have room for all your Easter eggs and all your things that are happening. Just make it more. I disagree. I want it to be a story and make it silly. It can be silly. I'm okay with it being weird. It's a Minecraft movie. You can do dumb stuff, but I just don't appreciate the form they used, and especially because as Ben mentioned, there's a real tension between the characters we've got. We've got Jack Black being over the top and like full blown like Tenacious D busting out his guitar and singing and going crazy. Jason Momoa just like this absolute loser who's going around being like, "I'll have more of a sister to him than you could ever be," and then walking off. I used Steve's water bucket trick. It's like, it's not that cool. You only killed 15 zombies. Very funny, but next to this brother and sister who are just there and more than anything are just like annoying you and being like, shut up, like I don't care, but you shouldn't think that way. They movie literally says like these people's mom died and he used a jetpack to blow up her new job. And the movie kind of has like a message about like, well, like it's easy to be creative in Minecraft, it's harder to be like a creative person in the real world. I was like, that's pretty rich considering you made a script this fucking lazy. This is shockingly lazy writing that they just put on the screen. Like that is wild that you're gonna put such a lazily written script up and then be like, it's hard to be a creative person. It's like this isn't creative, bitch. This isn't shit. You're just throwing Minecraft Easter eggs at screen. Very good Minecraft Easter eggs. Don't think I was necessarily in love with the animation style. Um, it was really hard for me to get into. I'm not going to say I didn't smile. Some of it was silly, but I found it to be very tedious. Some of the writing made me roll my eyes hard, where Jason Momoa was like, let's go in the complete opposite direction to get diamonds. And then the kid is just unreasonably angry at him. Jason Momoa dies, and no one, even a 5-year-old, thought he was actually dead. I I could not get invested in this movie. I was more aggravated by it. I wasn't offended by it, so it's about as bad as it can be for me without like actually pissing me off. But it was just not. Could only have so much fun with it, and especially because I was by myself and wasn't able to look at someone else and be like, "This is fucking dumb."
I think if you were with people, I think you would not have hated it as much as you did. I mean, you can't see this as a movie, you know? If you don't like people talking during movies, then this is the movie to see with those people, you know? Same thing with Craven the Hunter, you know, for a different reason. Craven's not
Yeah,
supposed to be a comedy.
fuck that.
You're supposed to make fun of this movie, but also this movie makes you laugh, you know?
Yeah,
Because Jack Black and Jason Momoa, you know? Yeah, I wouldn't mind if they do another one. I don't know how you feel about adding a second one.
I
I'm
would
with
rather they
you.
cut this
Yeah,
and do other Minecraft movies the way like just have like a story that's in Minecraft, not like
yeah,
there's the real world in Minecraft. I don't think that's any kind of
yeah.
good idea.
So before that I saw this movie, I was talking to Haley and we actually were like, they should have done a story mode Minecraft. You know how it like at Super Mario, it was all animated anyway, you know?
Yeah.
But like the way that they did that, I am a big fan of like animated things. You know, I don't like live action Minecraft. Just doesn't. It's hard to do. You
That's
know, but anything animated, you can make stuff happen on screen that you couldn't with like actual like real world actors. You know, so like I'm a big fan of like animated. You know, and
I like
I
live
think that's
action
why.
too, but like there's
Yeah,
just a very clear choice you're making.
there's things you can. There's a limit. You know, when it comes to live action, there's not really a limit when it comes to animation, like what you want to happen. You know.
And different things like fit different like other areas. So, for example, do I want what's a movie that's coming out right now? The Working Man. I haven't seen it yet with Jason Statham. Do I want that to be animated? No, I don't. All right, it's a live action movie. It's an action movie that is producing live action. If that thing is CGI to hell, I'm gonna be fucking annoyed. Um, and from what I've heard,
It's not.
Ben likes it, so it's probably not. This is like you're doing Minecraft. Why are there live action people in here? What are you doing? All right. And sometimes it works well. I mean, I can't think of a movie. If you give me some time, I could think of some movies where they blend CGI and live action. Avatar, of course, both the Avatar movies, um, where they blend them really well together. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a classic. Um, but this is not.
Even the Sonic movies, you know.
Yes, Sonic movies are a great example. And this is just not the movie for it. This is Minecraft the movie. I love Jack Black. I don't want to see him walking around in a Minecraft movie. And again, there are things I liked about it. I enjoyed the like evil pig character who's like a quasi, I don't even know, stoner. He's like, hey man, like you gotta move now, man. It's almost done. Or the evil person who like, couldn't. This is what the fuck. She's evil because she like no one liked her dancing and is
I thought that was funny. That was just funny. Like
wants to stab
that's
Jack
the
Black three
lazy.
different times. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I wanted Deadpool to come on the screen and say, "Now that's just lazy writing." But
What's funny about
no,
it?
I think if it was a Minecraft like a story, then I mean you can still have the comedic timing because Jack Black is just he's gonna be funny whether it's he's a voice actor or actual actor, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be funny either way. I don't know about Jason Momoa. He probably would still be just as funny, but I don't know. But you could probably it's you get a little bit more, you know, boundaries to what you want to do with a movie if
Yeah.
you don't have live action people, you know.
I mean,
And Minecraft's not a movie.
Minecraft's
Yeah,
literally a sandbox game. You can be like, this is what we're
yeah,
doing. This is even if you don't know anything about Minecraft, like this is what's happening in this sandbox game, and then you can bring people and be like, hey, here are these Easter eggs that are going all around it. The first Minecraft story, I don't care if I'm spoiling it because you should have seen it by now. The first Minecraft story mode is literally being like giant, the thing that doesn't exist in Minecraft, like a giant, like crazy wither extra thing is going nuts. We got to save it. And then we realize like there's a lie behind who really killed the Ender Dragon. It's because the command block, and it kind of has something to say about like, hey, everyone in Minecraft just started using fucking command blocks and stopped building shit. And stopped doing shit. They just used command blocks the whole fucking time and cheating, which was kind of interesting. And also had cool, it just had cool shit in there, and it had a million Easter eggs, and you had to craft, and that was part of the game. I'm not, there's no reason that we can't have a good Minecraft movie, which is why I'm annoyed about this one. It's like, I'm sure it's a good time if we all hang out and someone wants to throw in the Minecraft movie. I'm not going to pitch a fit, but I was like, why would you do this when you have access to Minecraft? Like, there's so much. It is literally as open of a you could do whatever you want, and you can do all the good stuff and do it, and you did it. Like, it's not really that hard. Like, it's one thing to be like, I want to do a sequel to A Quiet Place. It's like, okay, well, that's going to be challenging. You're going to have to find a new area to shoot it. Minecraft is literally like an open world. It's like being like, I want to tell a new story in Star Wars. Okay, it's an open world of
Yeah.
space and aliens and Jedi and all this stuff. Like, you could find a ton of good stories, Kathleen Kennedy, to be able to find in Star Wars. All right,
As long as you make it black and make it gay, you can find a way. That rhymed.
I believe I told you to put a chick in this and make her gay. Hey, she's not retiring, by the way. Apparently that was a hoax.
That was April Fool's. That was the worst
forever.
April Fool's joke we've got.
Why? I'll pivot to this for a second. You're doing a bad fucking job with Star Wars. If you haven't released a Star Wars movie in 5.5 years, your whole job is to get good people, and get them to work for Star Wars and to keep working for Star Wars. And you haven't got a fucking movie in 5.5 years. You suck. Fuck you. Oh my God. It's a whole thing. Fuck Star Wars. Andor season 2. It's coming out. We're ready.
I know. Hopefully, it's just as good as season 1.
Just as good. Dude, that would be good. Season 1's amazing.
Season 1 is probably my favorite season of any Star Wars content. My favorite section of any Star Wars content I've seen, probably.
It's up there, man.
With the exception of 4, 5, and 6. I mean, obviously, that's the OG, but...
I mean, 6 is pretty terrible, but apart from that, I mean, they're really good. And also, 1 is better than 2.
Till next time, I will punch Chad through the screen.
I feel like we got a lot of these. If I'm right, make sure you like the video and say that Chad was right in the comments. And if I'm wrong,
if I'm right,
if I was
increase our subscriber count.
If Ben is right, Chad is right in the comments.
If Chad is right, Chad is wrong. We'll never know.
I don't know. I didn't listen. I was actually pretty excited for this Minecraft movie. And if you've seen the show, you know that like I love movies, and usually when people are like, "This movie's garbage," I'm coming here to be like, "Guys, it's really not that bad. What are you talking about? Like, this is a fun movie. You could watch this. This one just rubbed me the wrong way for whatever reason." Because I was actually excited for it.
Yeah, I don't think you would have disliked it as much with people. You know, I still
we were
think
actually
we
in the
probably
chat
would
with
have
people, and they were like being like,
"Yeah,
we love it. We loved Minecraft." Gilly gave it 5 stars. I know.
Yeah,
Liv loved it. But
I think if you would have seen it with them, we still would have had the same conversation for some parts, because we both. I mean, it's still the same movie, you know. But when people are laughing, it's easier to laugh. You know, it's harder to laugh by yourself, and when it's silly stuff like Minecraft, and you're by yourself, it's like, okay, he's like, oh yeah, that's funny. Instead of like, I was giggling the whole time because Haley was giggling, and it was just funny, you know. So I think if you're like, if you're seeing this with a group of people, you're gonna have a good time. But this isn't a movie where I'm like, it doesn't matter if you're with people by yourself, it's gonna be good. That's just a lot, you know.
some movies I want to check out. I want to see Death of the Unicorn. I haven't seen that yet.
That looked interesting.
Got
Paul Rudd in it, you know.
and Jenna Ortega. Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. I haven't got to see Black Bag yet. I want
Jenna
to
Ortega
watch...
is like the most hit or miss actress currently, you know.
what was she in that was bad? I haven't seen all her stuff, in fairness.
Was it The Babysitter 2? Yeah.
Someone needs a new agent.
But then she's in like Scream and then
Scream, yeah,
Wednesday.
and
And then
Wednesday.
like I'm like, all right, yeah, like
I'll watch
this is
Wednesday one
good.
day.
And
Put
then
me
the
on a Wednesday.
babysitter too, where they just the babysitter comes back from the dead because they had sex. And
Have you
yes, that's
seen?
actually what happens.
Have you seen? I saw like a trend on Snapchat about like it was like it's terrible that Martin Freeman and Jenna Ortega had an X-rated scene in this movie, and it's normalizing like terrible like relationship dynamics of like big age gaps. And I was like, oh shit, that sounds crazy. I looked it up, and sure, but calling that an X-rated scene is like calling someone cutting their fingernails gory. Like is literally like he turned her over and like bent her over a bed and leaned over top of her while they're both fully clothed and they're reading a book. Like that is not an X-rated scene, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I'm not. Like, this is a little controversial. But I'm not in favor of like giant age gap differences. I think Bill Belichick's being ridiculous, but that is fuck you, internet. You're being weird.
Hey, but good for him. He was coaching. He had an NFL job when she was born. That is crazy.
I also want to watch the black. I'm not touching that. I also want to watch the Black Bag. Um, we're definitely not talking about that. Also I want to watch Snow White. We're definitely not talking about that either because Ben won't watch it. But this is going to be a similar
I
situation
mean,
where it's
yeah.
like I would put good money on this movie is probably 7 out of 10, and there's two groups of people wanted to they're review bombing again, where a bunch of people are being like it's 10, and a lot of people will be like it's 0 because they're pissed off at Rachel Zegler. So um,
Well, so what I've seen, and I think like I've had to deep dive for accurate reviews, and from what I've seen, Gail Gadot, she is terrible in this movie. That's from what I've seen. They
I haven't
said
seen
that
Gal Gadot be
Rachel,
terrible at anything.
she sings in this movie. She has to be an evil witch, and I don't. Yeah, I think that's just a bad choice for the evil witch. Again, I haven't seen this movie, but I've seen clips, and I'm like, oh, geez, that's not an evil witch at all. That's just Wonder Woman singing. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's like when in Wonder Woman where like he put like glasses on her and his sister's like, yeah, you put glasses on her, and all of a sudden she's not the most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing with Henry Cavill. Let me just put glasses on Henry Cavill. All of a sudden, he's a giant nerd and he's fucking ugly as shit. He's definitely not buff still.
You say that, but what's funny was that movie "Am I Racist" with Matt Walsh. Like people, all he really did was give himself a ponytail and wear glasses, and people full on did not know that that was Matt Walsh. Even though like he's very recognizable, like he was asking people stupid questions about whether they were racist or not, and they like we were just thought it was some random annoying guy on the street who was asking. Maybe we shouldn't talk about that movie, but the um Jeremy Chans got in a lot of trouble for that. But yeah, what are we doing? Do you want to watch? We could do Daredevil 2 after this if you've watched it. No, of course you haven't.
I'm sorry, Chad.
That's fine. Why would you? It's fine. They're doing Born Again. They're gonna do 2 seasons of Born Again, so we've got time for you to not be a bitch. So you can be a bitch
How
again, and
many
like
episodes is in this?
I think there's gonna be
Like
9.
the okay, because I've seen
I haven't seen the
and
latest one.
6. I've seen 6 so far. I haven't seen 7.
Yeah, I haven't seen 7. Everything I'm seeing so far, I really like. Not everything I'm seeing, but like I'm a big two
The
thumbs up for the
show
show.
as a whole, I'm liking.
Damn good.
Yeah.
I got to see the episode 5 with Hooper, where the guy puts the gun in his back. He's like, "All right, sit down, Stevie Wonder," and Matt goes, "Excuse me."
No, that was episode 5 might be my favorite, especially like Kamala's dad. Like that might be my
Yeah,
favorite
that's
episode.
cool.
That was a cool
People are
cameo. Yeah,
dogging that episode. They're like, "It's filler." And I was like, "You can't just say every time there's an
it's
episode
not
that
a
doesn't fill
filler.
in that it's filler." Okay, anyone who's watched anime knows what filler is. This is not filler. Fuck you.
I mean, it contributes to the overall story. I don't know how you could say it's a filler.
That's
Like
like when
I've
people are
only
like,
watched. Yeah,
that's like when people are like freaking like these are people who've watched Criminal Minds and stuff. Where like the entire season is what you would call filler, right? Because they're going to a different town every time to solve a case. It's like this is just that's just like how that's just
that's the
standard
show.
TV. That's standard
I know.
TV, man. Like it's not
There's
filler.
story. There's storyline. Yeah, in Criminal Minds, there was storylines in every single episode, individual to the episode, and then at the end of the episode, or during. It just depends on the episode. It goes to like what the finale is going to be.
Yeah.
That's literally how you make a successful TV
And
show.
sometimes it does, and
You know,
sometimes it doesn't. Yeah.
yeah,
Criminal Minds is a good show, by the way. Check it out. Um,
it is a great show. Yeah,
go watch Criminal Minds. Go watch all 15 seasons of it.
yeah.
I
It
have
got
not
taken
done
off
that.
of Netflix when I was on season 10. I was so irritated. I
I
would put Criminal Minds on and then I would play my game. And then whenever it was important, I would tune in. And I mean, you could still watch that.
I'm not caught up on Reacher. I'm only on season 2. I got slowed down a lot.
Damn it.
But season 1 was really
There's,
good.
I'm telling you. I
So
think right
I
now,
saw that shower scene. I was like, "How you doing?"
yeah. All of a sudden,
I
out of
bet
nowhere,
my
it's like,
dad would
oh,
love this show. That's not
yeah.
an insult, but my dad would love Reacher. It'd be his favorite
Mm.
show.
No, season 3 is, to me, season 3 is better than season 2.
Already like suspicious of season 2 for not being as good because I like the characters in season 1 so much and they didn't come back. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
going to
really
have,
invested in him being with Roscoe. Now he's with this new bitch. There's nothing wrong with her, but it's just like I really liked
I
him and
know.
Roscoe.
I'm gonna have season 2 at the bottom. I've already decided that. It's just whether I like season 3 or 1 better. And I got 2 episodes left in season 3, so that's gonna be my ranking. But
I was gonna
look,
be at season 3
Reacher's
on
is
time,
great,
then
man.
life just happened.
Yeah, that's what happened with Daredevil. As soon as I got back from the Philippines, I was gonna watch Daredevil season 2. But then I missed so many episodes of Daredevil Born Again where I didn't want to miss that, so I watched Born Again.
Yeah, it's true because the internet just spoils everything.
Exactly.
I've been off of all kinds of Daredevil anything because I haven't seen episode 7 yet.
I haven't
Watching it either
watched a
tonight or
breakdown
tomorrow.
of Born Again at all on YouTube, just so it doesn't recommend anything. I watched one reel of someone shitting on Snow White just because it was funny, and all of a sudden my whole feed is just like, "Oh, controversial! Rachel Zegler comes out with a controversial statement," and then dot dot dot. 2 months ago, I'm like, "All
Like,
right, that's my whole feed
okay,
now."
I'm not like super familiar with what she said or why, but I do know that like she's what, 25, 26. I like do I like that she probably has some like opinions that I don't really love? No, but she's 25, 26. Me and Ben are similar age. We both know people who are our age who think stupid shit. I mean, like, it's not worth losing, getting mad about. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Exactly.
This is
No, I
insane.
so I looked to what she said that had people mad was I mean she just started pretty much like bad mouthing the old Snow White. That's what got people irritated at first. It's not
Yeah.
even like she the I
We
don't
can go
even know
down
what
this rabbit hole
she's
for a
like.
second.
Yeah. I think it was like she was so invested in, is it Palestine? Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
She was so like for that, and like um she had Gail Godot like say something with her. I don't think Gail understood what she was getting herself into, but everyone got pissed at Gail because of that.
Well,
But
Gagano is Israeli, so she's probably.
yeah. But what everyone had a problem with was she said that it's misogynist. The old Snow White is misogynistic. That the new Snow White, just because they have one male casted, everyone's gonna think that he's gonna save the girl, and the new Snow White, the princess, isn't gonna be saved. And then she's like, I don't understand why people think that Snow White needs to be saved, or the princess does, or the prince doesn't need to save the princess. I don't know why so many people understand that this new Snow White movie is going to be like that. And then all the comments are like, because it's a fucking Snow White movie, and that's what fucking happens in Snow White. And then I'm like, I hate to break it to you, but I think the comments are right on this one. If you're doing a
So,
remake, then I mean, you can't get mad at people for thinking that it's going to be similar to the movie that you're remaking.
yeah.
And then
I gotta say,
she
hold on.
she
Actually,
went, yeah, yeah, you go.
I was gonna say something mean, and I'm still gonna say it, but I'll preface this by trying to understand the people on the other side. I fully accept that this isn't quite the same, but James Gunn's Superman is coming out in a couple months. One of the movies that I love, it's one of my favorite movies, is Superman the movie, starring Christopher Reeve. And one of the reasons I love it is because I was a kid and I watched it all the time. I don't know that I would ever recommend it to anybody, especially not in the year 2025, because it's the effects are very dated and some of it is probably not 21st century. Another great example is Rocky. This is even better because I don't really like Rocky, but a lot of people love Rocky. But for me, I saw it too late and I see that scene where he kisses Adrian for the first time. And I'm like, ooh. Um, but if James Gunn was coming out and saying like original Superman was bullshit because of Lois Lane not being X, Y, and Z, or because Superman thinks this, or because there's a that would probably rub me the wrong way. I'd probably be pretty annoyed. All that being said, I so do not care about freaking people getting mad about Snow White. This is like when people are saying shit like, are you upset that this movie from this long ago was racist in the 20s? There was this racist movie, and I was like, if you think what they thought back then now, fuck you, obviously. But thinking that back then is a totally different thing. That meant
That was
something
normal back then.
that
Yeah.
was normal. Like, and you'd get picked
Mhm.
on if you didn't like, and there was a different culture. Obviously, if you think it now, fuck you. But like when she says stuff like it was probably had these ideas about women, it probably had X, Y, and Z. Yeah, it probably did. I'm glad we don't do it now. If you want to change the movie, sure. I guess that like some people are not really understanding that part of it, and what she's refusing to understand is that well, a lot of people really love the original Snow White, and you're kind of stepping on their toes a bit when you're saying shit like that. And honestly, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, and that's not that difficult of a read. And people should be. This is one of my favorite quotes in any movie ever. Is from the original Men in Black. Is when Jay sits on the bench with Kay, and Jay goes, "You know, if this was real, it's not real. If this was real, people would know people are smart." And Kay goes, "A person is smart. People are fucking crazy. Get a big giant group of people." So yeah, the internet is just a bad place for shit like this to happen. And Rachel Zegler should know better than to do shit. But again, the idea people who are of this age are the same people who are going after her right now. And if they were in position, they'd be
Yeah.
saying some stupid shit, and then they'd be getting in trouble too. So if the idea that I'm going to go crazy on Rachel Zegler because she says something that I don't like, it's like, all right, whatever. This is so not
Yeah.
worth the energy that's getting into it. Boycott Snow White, boycott Disney, go woke, go broke, make them go bankrupt. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? This is not that deep.
Yeah. No, and again, the reviews that I saw, no one as bad as saying that Rachel was a Zeglet. Is that how you say Rachel Zeglet? That she did a bad job. No one is saying that she had a
I
bad
know she's a really
performance
good
because
singer. I'm not super familiar with her work.
yeah, I think I know that in what was that movie? Like the old 19s movie. Shoot, it's a musical. Fuck,
Wizard
Broadway
of Oz,
musical. No,
Gone with the Wind, Sound of Music,
how do I not know this, man? I sang this.
Hamilton.
I literally sang this in high school. West Side Story. Fucking hell, man.
Oh, you're a
Damn.
moron.
I know.
What?
I literally sang, like, I know.
You didn't know
I
what?
sang this in high
They
school.
remade this like 2 years ago.
I know. Dude, I couldn't think of the name. And I sang it in high school, but she was really good at West Side Story. I liked Baby Driver. What's his name? Yeah.
What do
Baby
you mean a
Driver was in
baby
West Side
driver?
Story.
Okay.
Damn it, Chad.
Got
Pay
no, I
attention.
got it. No, I got shut up. I got it. Fuck
But
you.
she
Move
she
on.
she was good at West Side Story. Really, really good voice. She was okay in Shazam too. So
Oh yeah, she was in that.
I've never disliked her in the movies she's been in, so I can assume that the reviews are correct. But like when you're gonna like badmouth the movie instead of marketing the movie,
I will say, I
like
think it's a little bit weird, like Hit or whatever, Snow White. Snow White is known as like Walt Disney's masterpiece. It was like a movie that really
mm,
changed how we do movies or how we did movies at the time. It was really a big important thing. It is a little bit weird for Rachel Zegler, who has not had that impact or anywhere near that impact, being like, well, I mean, the original Snow White is like a product of its
yeah,
time. It's like, I mean, it kind of is. It's also a product of like, it made big waves at the time and also changed a lot of things about movies. But I gotta say, I'm grasping at straws to try and understand why people are spending this much energy on it. But I so
yeah, I think
don't
people are
care.
spending too much energy, but it's also I'm quoting her. She said that just because we casted a man, people think that he's going to save the princess. The
Yeah, that's a
problem is
little
the
silly.
role that they casted the man. Guess what role he is?
The prince.
He's the fucking prince.
Yeah. That would be like being
Why are
like
you
that we
getting?
that'd be like we cast someone as Clark Kent and everyone just assumes it's a Superman movie. It's like that would be
But
yeah.
from the scenes, like the movie scenes I've seen, Gal Gadot's like people don't like Gal Gadot anyway. I'm not one of those
Really?
people. I've liked her.
Oh,
It's
is she
just because
saying
of her
stuff about
like
Israel?
views. Yeah, it's
Right.
just because of her views. But
Right. I just like movies,
but
man. I don't know what to
she's
say.
also because of that. People have been really critical of her singing, and so when she was casted as I know when she was casted as the evil witch, they were ready for her to be bad, and she was probably not great in this role, so they're probably overreacting and shitting on her for it. But
Uh, I
and
am gonna
it's
go watch the movie at some
yeah,
point,
the real problem,
just so I know.
the problem that I have finally,
Because
well,
this
there's
is
two
exactly
problems.
what
One,
happened with the Little Mermaid.
yeah,
Well, it's not
yeah,
exactly what happened, but it's similar.
yeah, a little bit different, but it is
Because
similar.
everyone was like, "It's amazing, it's awful," and then like I saw it and I was like, "That's like a 7 out of 10."
I think I did see this one funny post where it's like terrible casting Gail Godot because you're saying that she's the evil witch and she's jealous of Rachel Zegler's looks. And I'm like, no, that's a fair point. That's just a fair point.
That's
Wonder
crazy.
Woman is jealous of the girl from Shazam's. I'm just saying.
I don't know what
Anyway,
you're talking about, Ben. I would never comment on whether a woman is pretty or not. I think they're all beautiful. Women are great, and also, how dare you?
me personally, every woman I've seen on Bank Bros is great.
Fuck! I was about to. Damn it! I was just about to make a joke about that.
All right, write that
I
down.
hope
Cut that out.
you know what? You should show this entire episode to your fiance. I'll
How
put you
about
back in the
no?
doghouse. You're never escaping. You're gonna lock you in. You're gonna tie you
But
permanently to the couch.
the only the
I'm talking
only
about this
thing
is
that
my
I'm
best man
yeah,
speech. If you want me to talk at Ben's wedding,
hell no.
like the video. If this video gets 10 likes, if this video gets 10 likes, I'm talking at Ben's wedding.
If this video gets less than 10, Chad will never speak at my wedding.
Just
And if this video
disinvited.
gets 10 or more, he still won't speak at my wedding.
I'm talking at Ben's wedding.
But the only problem that I truly have, and some people went into this on their talk show, dude, they had CGI as the gnome or as the dwarfs. How are you gonna CGI the dwarfs and not
Yeah, that was a
cast
big deal,
little
right?
people? And
Yeah.
there's so
Peter,
many.
Peter Dinklage was
They
upset
look
about that.
they look terrible. They look horrible. Like they look so bad CGI wise. Like I've
But
seen
oh,
like it looks. You can look that up, and it doesn't look good.
I'll look it up right now.
It's also like they're all like little people like are in need of jobs in the acting world, you know? And how are you not gonna cast 7 little people, you know? Like dwarves aren't really
No,
like
yeah, I know Peter
it's not
Dinklage
yeah.
was really not happy about it.
Yeah.
He was making some
But
statements.
yeah, I don't know.
Snow White.
I'll maybe see it when it comes out on Disney Plus, but I'm not gonna pay to see that movie. I'm not gonna waste time going to the movies to see
Wow,
that movie.
that is that's
That's what I'm
something.
saying. Yeah. Yep.
That's man. Well,
It just seems like a movie that we didn't ask for and didn't need, but they gave it to us anyway, you know?
Minecraft gets a thumbs down from me. But I mean, I guess I still recommend it because everyone in our group chat said they liked it. Ben obviously had a good time. So I guess do it and bring
See it
the
with
whole
people.
shebang. See
Don't
it
see
with
it
people.
alone. See it with people. Yeah.
Don't be a loser with no friends like me who went and saw it by himself. Go bring some people.
Don't oversleep and leave your manager seeing it
No,
alone.
fuck you.
I
That didn't
feel like
happen.
if you saw it with your manager, you would have liked it a little bit more.
Listen, all right. If you are gonna go by yourself, don't just load up Bang Bros, and then you'll have a much better day.
Or, I mean, yes, but, or just play Minecraft instead.
Minecraft. Okay, on 410.
Unpause.